Welcome, everybody. Thank you.
We're glad you're here.
You know what?
I'm going to go ahead and mute everyone so that we can control the echo. So as you're coming in, fifth graders, I'm going to put you in charge of making sure that we keep everyone on mute so that we can hear our announcers. And I'm going to give us just a minute to load up the room and then we will get started, family. So give us just a minute to make sure everybody finds their spot. And that mute button, which it sounds like we're in good shape with that right now. All right, we are up to 35 people with us. We have a few more coming in, so give me just a minute. And get yourselves comfortable. This is taking between about 30 minutes up to 50 minutes. It just really depends on how many classes that the grade level had, because that'll determine how many speakers we have. So it looks like our fifth grade program should take about 30-40 minutes, if you're wondering how comfortable you need to be. All right, everyone, welcome to our fifth grade award ceremony. I hear earlier today we had our classroom awards where we celebrated our academic achievement and our student growth, as well as all the wonderful things your student does to make their fifth grade classroom warm and welcoming and inviting. And tonight is really all about making sure we connect you with our specials teams. That's our PE, art, music, Spanish, and games teachers, making sure that you understand the awesome things that they're doing in their programs, as well as giving us an opportunity to celebrate our students across all of fifth grade, their accomplishments and specific skills that they have in those programs. So we're going to kind of start this evening with some awards for our green shirts, which is one of our highest character awards. Then you're going to hear from each one of our specials teachers. And then we're going to end up with a special award that we give where we do our specials all-stars. So our students are really showing some real well-rounded experiences and skill level within our specials team. And then we'll do some closing remarks and get you guys on to the rest of your evening. So thank you everyone for coming in and making time to honor our teachers and our students this evening. We are going to ask you to stay on mute most of the time so that our presenters can easily communicate special stories about the students we're going to be recognizing. We are going to give you an opportunity at the end to make sure you have a chance to really celebrate the students. And we all know some of you have been on some other recognition programs with me earlier this week. It can feel a little unnatural to be cheering for someone in your living room or in a room all by yourself, but we really do need you to do it, because when a student hears their name being called, the first thing they do is look to see who noticed. So let's make sure when they look up at the screen that they see that crew support, and we are cheering, doing spirit fingers, whatever it is to show that you are noticing how special the student is. So just join in, have fun. My staff has all sorts of ways to show enthusiasm and excitement over Zoom. So if you feel like you're getting stuck and you're tired of clapping like this, then just look at one of the staff members and they'll have another way to help you with that. With us tonight, we have our specials teachers and all of our fifth grade teachers. So thank you guys for taking time to join us this evening. And I am ready to get started. We're going to start with our 7Cs Green Shirt Awards. And this is the top character award that we give out in Brighton. You can earn your green shirt starting in second grade and continues all the way up to 8th grade. In 8th grade, the students no longer earn a green shirt. They earn a green honor cord that they're able to wear at our 8th grade graduation. And then moving into middle school, the green shirt becomes a green hoodie. So it's going to continue to grow and change as your students continue to earn this award. This year, it was really tough for students to participate in our Green Shirt program. That's a program where the students have to do extra work to show that they understand our 7 C's. And not just that they understand our 7 C's, that they know what the 7 C's look like in and outside of school. So we're really looking for that application of the 7 C's outside of the school walls. This means the students did extra work and extra projects to meet this achievement, which is really tough any year and especially tough this year. So we're really proud of the students who we're going to get to recognize this evening for their 7 C's Green Shirt. We have 3 recipients in 5th grade for this award. So let's make sure we start out with our cheering in the proper way when we go to recognize these 3 students. The first student getting the 7 C's Green Shirt is Jonathan Marshall, Mr. Holloway's class. Oh, I see wonderful spirit. Thank you, guys. Congratulations, Jonathan. We also have another student from Mr. Holloway's class, Bailey Moore. Way to go, Bailey. Congratulations on your 7 C's Green Shirt. And congratulations to Maitland Stallings in Mr. Holloway's class. Excellent work on your 7 C's Green Shirt. Now, I know a lot of you guys have earned this green shirt before, because I know I've called your name before. Just a reminder to you, it is your green shirt. It cannot be passed down to cousin, brother, best friend. It can only be worn to you. The only way you can get this green shirt is by being honored in our awards program at the end of the year. So I'm counting on the 3 of you to keep the integrity of that award by making sure you keep that green shirt all to yourself. You can wear it with pride, and I want you to any day of the week when you come back to Brighton next year. The shirts are already ordered, and we should be calling you soon to let you know when you can come pick it up. I'm going to turn it over to Coach Cobb. Coach Cobb's going to administer our Adventure PE Awards.
Thank you, Ms. McDonald, and thank you, 5th grade families and teachers for coming tonight to our Specials Teams Awards. It's been a joy to just teach 5th grade. We have that huge block with them, so just the connections that we have made with 5th grade has been so much fun to just have that extra time to spend with them, and going to see them next year to go into middle school is just crazy. And then for all of us that were here last year, being able to see them again in person, face to face, how much they grew from 4th to 5th, it's been wild, at least for me, some of those that have grew tremendously. So I just want to thank you again for sharing your kids with us here at Brighton. My class is Adventure PE. We are really starting to study a lot more and looking into a lot more of the adventure side in Adventure PE when we hit 5th grade and middle school. So when we got to 5th grade, I gave them the choice of first aid, and or they could go that route of first aid to camping. So I let the class choose because I really want them to have fun with whatever they get to pick. And so I believe almost all the classes picked camping. So that was very fun to see. Everyone had a great time enjoying the different things of how, if you get lost, what to do, what to encounter, what to take with you, what's the difference between camping and backpacking. So that was just a fun way to start showing them the differences between all of that outdoorsy things that, you know, is to come in Adventure PE. And one thing that I started this year was kind of like the end of 3 weeks, or my end of time with them project of, hey, show me a national park anywhere in the United States, and just give me some facts about it and why did you choose it. So that was kind of fun, and also like maybe add a couple of those national parks to my list as I, go to visit a couple of them. So it was just fun to see their creativity and how far away from Georgia they went, and some national parks I've never even heard of. So it was just great to see where their ideas went. So all my kids did excellent this semester in branching out with that creativity and curiosity of Adventure PE. I'm so sorry. So my first award is going to Emery. He did amazing. He did a park that I didn't even think of, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I have to add that to my list. So he just was always in asking questions. He was hybrid, so I got him one day in Zoom and the next day 2 days in class. So just seeing his love for the outdoors was awesome. And then my second award is Paige. She was 100% virtual, which was awesome because she came to every Zoom. She had questions. She brought, also solutions when I asked them. And then what she brought to that national park as well was just fun to look at too. So and go through. So I just want to thank both of y'all for having just a fun time in Adventure PE this year. And I hope to see you again next year in 6th grade. And I'm going to pass it to the art department in Miss Evans' class.
Well, as Coach Cobb mentioned, we got to spend a decent amount of time with 5th grade, which was absolutely great. I had most of the classes for 2 rotations, and we did a lot over the course of the year. We worked on some multicultural projects. We did a project based on Aboriginal artwork from Australia. We did a project based on the quilters of Gee's Bend, Alabama. We dipped into some art history with a masterpiece reproduction project, which the kids really rocked. And then the second part of the year, we really focused more on design and skills. We did 2 pretty challenging perspective projects, which the kids did really well on, hammering those ruler skills into them, whether they like it or not, and they're getting pretty good with those rulers. We did a project, a really fun project on the process of abstraction, how you take an image and you make it abstract. And we did some color theory. So we really were able to do a nice range of projects. And it was tough. A lot of 5th graders did do a great job, but there were 3 that really, really shone. And my first award goes to Brooklyn Mayfield. I'm not sure, I didn't see Brooklyn here, but I hope he's here. Brooklyn, you are my secret agent artist for this year. I wouldn't have known from last year that you were going to excel like this year. Everything you did. I forgot to mention the Art from Nature project. We did that, and yours was absolutely beautiful. Your pixel drawing was beautiful. Your perspective drawings, you showed me a lot of craftsmanship. And I call you the secret agent because you pull it off without seeming to be very intense or very focused about it. You're very casual and loose. Nobody would really know that you're up to this excellent craftsmanship over there. So good for you, Brooklyn. I look forward to seeing more growth, even more growth from you next year. My next award goes to Zion. I didn't see her here either. I hope she is here somewhere. Zion, your work is absolutely beautiful. Just your sense, you have such a strong sense of color and balance. Your Art from Nature project was absolutely lovely. Your perspective drawings not only had great craftsmanship, but again, you have a very strong sense of color and how to balance it and how to use it. And you were not a surprise because you were really great last year too. So I know you're going to be great next year. So congratulations, Zion. And my last award goes to Vivian Wright. Vivian, in addition to your craftsmanship and your perseverance and your dedication to the project, your creativity this year was just fabulous. Your dragon pixel drawing was just absolutely incredible. I don't want to get too arty on everybody, but the way you use the negative space as well as the positive space was really, really advanced for somebody in 5th grade. That was really impressive. Also with our elevated city drawings, your creativity with putting the little cat in the window, it was just genius. And I don't know if you realized it, but as soon as you did that, everybody started doing that. So you were really the seminal artist on that project. So I know your creativity is just going to grow along with your craftsmanship, and I'm just really excited to be part of it with you, Vivian. So congratulations. And I will now pass this on to, I believe Miss Young is next. Yes, Miss Young.
Hello, 5th grade families. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Congratulations to all the recipients. So my name is Miss Young, and I teach general music and chorus. Chorus didn't look anything like what chorus would typically look like because of the obvious reasons. So trying to create a musical community, I'm thinking, what can we do? We can work on music literacy. So that's what we did. So your 5th graders learned basic theory. That means notation and notation values. So if you put a rhythm pattern in front of them, they can sing it, they can count it, and they can clap it. So that's what we worked on. We watched some musicals and explored the aspects of a musical from an audience perspective, from all of the elements that bring a musical to life. And I think that they enjoyed that as well. And without further ado, I'd like to get on to my recipients for this evening. And my first recipient is Miss Molly Wallace, which is probably not a surprise to anyone. Molly certainly demonstrates very strong skills, and not just in my opinion, but according to the music standards set by Georgia. And I just say this 5th grade, they were just a very competitive spirit. We put together 10 different rhythm patterns, and whoever could play them all the way through with no mistakes, they were top dog. And Molly Wallace was definitely amongst those who could play it through with no errors. So congratulations to you. Should you decide to continue to pursue music while you're in school, you're gonna have no problem excelling. So congratulations to you, Molly. My next recipient, and this student is very new to me, Ileano, and he was such an enthusiastic student. I think he was only a couple of days at the beginning. So sometimes students who are not there 4 days a week, they tend to be a little bit quieter, but he participated regularly, and I could see that he grasped and understood the concepts of music. And I really appreciate students when they're enthusiastic and then they want to learn. So Emery, thank you so much for being a wonderful participant and having a good competitive spirit. Congratulations. And finally, Taylor Shirley, which is probably not a surprise again. You know, I think that all of 5th grade is to be applauded. And again, there are those few that stand out that seem to take a liking to music. The arts and music are very closely related, and the discipline goes so far. It helps them with basic math and fractions. And I just want to congratulate Taylor because she had that competitive spirit through those 10 measures of rhythm patterns and playing them quite well. So congratulations to all my recipients. And I look forward to seeing you in either chorus or Mr. White, who I will turn the baton over to. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Young, our wonderful Ms. Young. This year in our music class with myself, we worked on music theory. We kind of puzzled with Ms. Young's class, who also worked on music theory. We broke things down using fractions, measures. We talked about how measures are broken down, the necessity of measures. And then we went into time signatures and breaking down time signatures and how to divide the notes according to what the time signature says, which is actually pretty complex for 5th grade. So across the board, they did a really good job with those concepts. Very proud of all of them. Tonight, we're just going to recognize a few. And my first one, This award is for outstanding musician. And our first one is our very own Princess Robinson. Princess, I think I had her since kindergarten, and every single year she gives me 150%. Never have a problem with her when it comes to answering questions, raise her hand, very inquisitive. Future musician, I have her older brother, so I'm looking forward to her joining band or chorus when she goes into 6th grade. Good job, Princess. Next, we have Alyssa Jones. Alyssa Jones. Alyssa is one of our elementary band students, so I had her high expectations out of her, and she came through. Very, very into music. She retains a lot, but she knows how to apply it. And so that's one really good thing I like about Alyssa. I'm looking forward to her continuing in the program as the years come on as well. Our next one, Caden O'Donnell, my little bright spot. I'm always looking at Caden. Really, really, really smart kid. Very, very inquisitive, able to answer a lot of questions and things like that. We had this game that I mentioned in other award ceremonies called Instrument Millionaire. Caden is one of our top performers with that game. And so really, really proud of Caden and hope he continues in either band or chorus as well. And then we have Chloe Smith. Now, Katie may not have known Chloe has some music hiding deep down inside of her. And she rocked it out when we got into that complicated time signature stuff, you know, and answering questions left and right. I saw that light bulb pop on one day. And I was like, whoa, there's a light bulb right there. And then she was knocking them out the park, answering question after question after question. So good job, Chloe. Very proud of you. And then we have Kyron Carter, another one of my bright spots. I'm happy to be a part of Kyron's story coming to Brighton because I met his mom before they came to Brighton. I told her all about the school and they looked into it and got Kyron in. And Kyron's been knocking it out the park in all of my music classes as the years went on. He did an excellent job this year. He was another bright spot with that Instrument Millionaire game. As well as answering all the questions and things when it came to the music theory stuff. So good job, Kyra. And let's not forget Maitland Stallings. Music. Maitland, note taker, always answering questions, going beyond a call of duty. Class participation is second to none. Leader of our class, and I definitely hope that she chooses to stick with band or chorus, as well as drama when she goes to middle school. So good job, Maylin. And then let's not forget Molly Wallace. Now, Molly is a musician. She's a musician outside of school, which helps her out in school. But one thing I think that stands out between myself and Ms. Young is how she adds her personal touch to her music. So it's just not about answering questions for her. She has that performance piece, that skill piece, and that talent piece that she brings to her music. And I'm very proud to be a part of Molly's development. So good job, Molly. Hope to see you next year. Sophia Hidalgo, another one of our outside musicians on violin. Sophia is very, very talented, did a really good job with me in class and answering those questions, knocking them out the park. And I look forward to Sophia choosing band or chorus. You can play more than one instrument and you can also be a vocalist as well. So I look forward to Sophia remaining in the program in middle school. And then there's Taylor Shirley. I think Ms. Young had said a couple of things about Taylor. Taylor can be quiet, but she's a musician inside. Okay, and so a lot of people don't know Michael Jackson was pretty quiet until he got on that stage. And so Taylor, I look forward to Taylor participating in middle school band or chorus as well. Very, very, very in tune with music. And I'm very, very proud of her. Good job, Taylor. And now I'm going to turn it over to the most awesome himself, Mr. Coach Kiker.
Thank you, Mr. White. Hi, everyone. Welcome, fifth grade. So definitely a different year for PE, just like everyone. But, you know, as far as a PE teacher, I really had to change up my game plan a little bit. And I learned some new things and how to teach things in the way that we had to starting off virtual. With fifth grade, I had most of the fifth grade classes in all phases of our year, which meant in the beginning, we were all virtual. We went to a hybrid where we had PE inside the classroom, which was a challenge. And then recently I've been able to have class back in the gym, and some of my fifth grade students have had the opportunity to have that normal PE per se back. So my fifth grade students really had a chance to get all phases of my PE curriculum this year. Which really took a big fitness component this year. Just really, my goal was to get students up and moving while they were at home, and then teaching them how to set goals for themselves and really take ownership of their own physical activity levels and fitness. And hopefully they had a good time. I really had a blast with fifth grade this year. Some great kids in fifth grade. So much fun this year. So I have a couple awards to give out. My first award goes to Marquis Baker. Marquis is such an athletic kid. I think he's more athletic than what he even realizes. He's a lot of fun to have in class, very energetic, always ready to do something and get moving. He actually played on our soccer team this season and did a great job. I'm pretty sure he runs track as well. He's super fast. And just it did a great job this year for me. I'm excited to see Marquis grow into an athlete that I know he can become. Great job, Marquis. Thank you for working hard for me. And then next up, my second award goes to Sarah Garcia. Great job, Sarah. I've had Sarah since she was in kindergarten, and she is so much fun to have in class, just a vibrant personality. I think everyone enjoys being around her. All of her classmates, teachers enjoy teaching her. She is also a very athletic student. I've tried to get her to try out for our sports. I'm hoping she decides to next season, next school year. But she's also super fast, and she likes to remind me of that. She actually challenged me to a race not too long ago. I had to tighten my shoes up and get out there and race her, and she actually beat Coach K in the race. So this girl is super fast. I think she's looking forward to running track as she gets older as well. So great job, Sarah. Thank you for working hard for me. I had a good time with you in my class this year. All right, and I'm going to pass it over to Miss Gore. I hope she made it in. We are used to being in the gym together. On a normal school year, Miss Gore and I teach PE together, and she's like my right hand, helping me teach all of our students. But this year she branched off and taught her own class, which was physical education, games and activities. And she really enjoyed that. So I'm going to go ahead and pass that on to Miss Gore.
All right. Thank you, Coach K. Tell you what, nothing like having technical difficulties at 5:55 p.m. Like, where are my fifth graders? Where are my assistants that are all up for a run over and to check on me and get me going? So I've got, I think Coach pretty much described my position at the school has always been right there along with him in the gym. Just having a good time with the kids and supporting him and my specials team. But this year afforded me a nice surprise. I got to branch out on my own, which I always enjoyed doing if he was ever out or when the kids were coming along, and I got to kind of run the program while he was out. But it was really nice to have something that I could plan, and it was mine to win or lose and mine to make work or fail. So I stepped up to the challenge, and having fifth grade first thing in the morning was, a work of the scheduling gods. Like, that was just incredible to have those kids every morning, alert, awake, ready to go. And your fifth grade teachers were amazing. They had them on a regimented schedule. this is what you did, this is when you did it, and this is what you do if you don't know what to do. And that was really wonderful for us as a support team when we were in the classroom with them after our specials time. So I know I speak for all of our specials team when I say 5th grade is they're there in our hearts, because not only did we have them for 3 weeks consecutively, we got them for 2 hours extra every day, and it was wonderful. So I am the games portion of our physical education department. You'll see Miss Holloway is the same department, and our goal was to figure out a way to balance how to teach PE when kids aren't standing in front of you and when you can't share equipment. And if you did have equipment, how were we going to clean it? And just all the things that went along with that. So it was wonderful to be categorized as games, because that left we were wide open to anything. And the kids were always excited to see what that meant and what we were going to do. So I appreciate everyone in 5th grade. They always were right there for me, but the kids that I'm going to call on just really made a mark on how I did my job every day. And sometimes it was something small and sometimes it was huge. So Miss Emerson Marker, I call her my awesome assistant. And I know she gets that from her mother. She is organized and ready. And if she doesn't know how to find something, she knows where to go to figure out who to ask. She helped me with everything from setting up our Zoom first thing in the morning to preparing activities and getting the kids in the Zoom joined in so that I could do some things in the classroom and move desk around and have the space that we needed. She even came out, her and Lauren Wilson came out Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. and helped me set up every game at field day. They didn't have to do that. I didn't even have a donut or anything to give them. They just did it. So Emerson, thank you for being an awesome assistant and a wonderful student. Molly Wallace, so athletic, so polite. Again, products of parents, these kids, all of them are like, we see it every day. They come, they bring to us what they get from you, and it just sparkles. So Molly Wallace, actually, this is a side note from PE, she renewed my love for social studies. So I was in there facilitating, and they were into the president portion of their lesson, and they were all talking. I was like, what are you guys talking about? Let me help. Let me know what you're doing. And it was all about the presidents. And I could have sat there for a week straight, just hearing them talk about it and figure it out and understand it and make sense of it. And they had their own political, I don't know if you guys knew this, they had their own political thing going on in 5th grade, where they had like runoffs, and nobody got impeached, but they had some pretty heavy topics for 5th graders. So Molly, thank you for that. I do love that you always came to class with new ideas for me. So thank you. Gonna jump over in my notes to Mr. Jonathan Marshall. Jonathan Marshall, every single year, donates to Kids Heart Challenge, which is our American Heart Association program that we, our fundraiser that our specials team facilitates at the school. And he always jumps in and donates. And I love that about him. Thank you, Jonathan. I do love that you showed up every day in action, ready to go. You helped me kind of wrangle the wild horses when we got out of control and bring everybody back to the task at hand. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I practiced this and I know I'm going to blow it, but Miss Mundy, can you unmute and help me with the last name, because I practiced it. And I want to say Mateo Pardina.
Padierna.
I can't do it. It sounds so much better when Miss Mundy says it. So I'm going to go with her version of Mateo's last name. But let me tell you guys about Mateo. Mateo started off the year. Well, I've known him for a long time. He's always been quiet. He wasn't like, what is games? What are we going to do? Like, it's not PE. We're not going to the gym. There's no equipment. What is this? And he participated in the classroom with every activity that I presented in his own way. But he was always present, not just sitting in the chair in front of me. He was always present mentally in whatever game we were playing and whatever we were doing. And he joined in, and I could tell he came out of his shell once we started going to the gym, and his classmates encouraged him, and he went for it. So muy bien, that I can say. So great job, Mateo. Thank you. I wanted to honor you for that. Cedric Regis, my little Spitfire. Man, you are the most easy to please. I don't even know how else to say it. I could have pulled out one of my dog's toys and said, yes, we're playing with a dog toy today. What are we going to do? Right? He did not forget that we had friends at home. And if we got going in the classroom, he would always kind of wrangle everybody back to, well, let's let somebody at home go next because they haven't had a turn. Let's see what somebody at home wants to do today because we only Zoom twice a week. And he was always very flexible and really just helped me keep my guidelines and stay on task in class. So Cedric, I love that about you. And now we go to Miss Holloway, who is also in games with me in PE. And I can't wait to see who she's going to recognize. So let's give the floor to Miss Holloway.
Miss Gore. As we said earlier, I'm the other half of the PE games and activities cohort. So we make sure the kids are up and moving, and y'all are looking at screens all day. So sometimes we got to change it up, and sometimes we got to play freeze tag, and sometimes your 5th grade classroom has to turn into a dance party. And that's just the way it goes sometimes. And so if you've had me as a teacher, you know that sometimes we do some silly dances and sometimes we do freeze tag, but as robots because it's cooler that way. And it's just the way that it goes. So I picked my students based off of willingness and enthusiasm for whatever game happened that day. So first off, I would like to recognize Miss Taylor Hires in Mr. Holloway's class. Taylor plays hard. I don't know if I've ever seen someone play quite as hard as Taylor Hires does. And almost to a fault. Sometimes she gets hurt, but she takes it like a champ and gets back up, and she doesn't let it get her down. So she was an obvious choice for this award. And my next one goes to Miss Chloe Smith in Miss Sparling's class. Chloe Smith was always ready and eager to help and to get everyone on the same page, even if she didn't like what we were doing that day, which was sometimes, it's fair. You don't have to like it every day, but she was always ready and willing to get everybody on board for what we came up with. And then my last award goes to Marquis Baker. Also plays hard. Marquis gives his all. If you've seen that boy do a Just Dance, you have seen the glory. It is the best. He loves it. He gives his all, and it's so fun to play with Marquis. So he was an obvious choice for this award also. And so I'm going to pass it on to Mrs. Mundy with her Spanish awards.
Hola, chicos. Hey, everybody. I'm Miss Mundy. I teach Spanish. And this is my first year at Brighton, and I want to thank all the 5th graders for welcoming me to Brighton. And I spent a lot of time with y'all this year, and y'all were just so great. It was so great having to see y'all all the time and getting to know everybody, and we had a really fun time this year. This year we started at some basics because I didn't know what everybody already knew. So we started with hola, me llamo, things like that. And then we learned some colors, but we didn't just learn colors. This group was they surprised me. They took it farther than I thought that they could. They were learning adjective endings, whether things were masculine and feminine. They were talking about likes and dislikes, and we branched off into different foods. And then we were talking about different cultures, what kind of foods they eat in different countries. We read a book in Spanish, a short little kids book, but it's still a whole book in Spanish. It was really impressive. And even I had kids that were speaking in groups. I would put them in groups, and online kids as well as the in-person kids were speaking to each other using Spanish without me making them do it. It was really, really great. That's something you love to see as a Spanish teacher. But they have done such a great job this year. So my first award goes to Lauren Wilson. Lauren is such a sweet spirit. I loved having her in class. She's super sharp and she got her work done, always one of the first ones to get her work done. But what I really loved about Lauren is that she's so quiet, but then I would see her going around helping other students with their work when she was done. And I just really appreciate you doing that, Lauren. Great job. Emerson Marker. Emerson makes me laugh. She is so funny. And she's super enthusiastic about Spanish. She helped me a lot in class because Emerson got really fixated on this one song, Emerson, that she made me play every single day. She just got so fixated on the song. So everyone got really annoyed with the song, but at the same time, it kind of got them thinking about Spanish at the beginning of class or at the end of class, and everyone learned all the words to the song, even if they didn't want to know it. And I really appreciate your enthusiasm, Emerson. Next, I have Miss Princess Robinson, who was right there with Emerson, right there with the song. They were so funny with that song, but Princess is super sharp in Spanish. She was able to put phrases together, and she was also another one going around helping other people. And she helped me out a lot in the classroom, asking me if she could pass things out or just anything she could do to help. And I really appreciate you, Princess. Next, we have Miss Chloe Smith. Miss Chloe Smith is just such a personality. You just can't miss her. Chloe is another kid that's really helpful in class, and Chloe's just such a leader. Because when Chloe listens, or when Chloe speaks, you can see everyone else just listening to her. And so if Chloe wants to do whatever we're doing, then everyone else wants to do what we're doing. So it's just great to have a kid like that in class that's just going to lead everybody with you. So I appreciate that so much, Chloe. Then I have Miss Taylor Shirley. Taylor has received several awards tonight, and hers were in music, which I thought about, and it goes along with Spanish because with it there's a rhythm, and there's even some math to it. You know, it just has a flow to it, and you can tell that Taylor just gets that. It's just easy for her. It just makes sense to her. And Taylor did a really great job in Spanish this year. Then I have Miss Lydia Anderson. Lydia is just so sharp. Lydia just is always one of the first ones finished, and Lydia will just come up, she'll look up some words and she'll want to put some things together, and she just shows a lot of initiative, and she's just so sharp. You did such a great job, Lydia. And then Miss Autumn Perry. Autumn is just another really sweet spirit. She's just so helpful. She's always on task. She's always asking questions. She would try to write down sentences to try to put them together in Spanish, which I thought was really great. Just a lot of initiative from her, and she did a really great job in Spanish this year. So our next award is the Specialist Award. It's the AllStar Award, and that one is presented by
It's me.
Mr. White. I'm sorry.
Okay, everyone. Last year, the specials teachers had got together and decided to create an award that will represent all specials in all areas, and that will also acknowledge the top of the 5th grade class. So these students are being recognized tonight as being the top students in specials across the board. And we got a few of them that we're going to acknowledge, but we do want to celebrate them tonight and also thank them for being leaders of the class, leaders of the 5th grade class. And our first one goes to Chima Egbabike. Our next one goes to Chinwe Ezeakor. Our next All-Star Award goes to Bally Moore. Okay, our next All-Star Award is for Taylor Shirley. Our next All-Star, Chloe Smith. All-Star, Mr. Jack Vattel, which I believe was a Zoomer, an awesome Zoomer. Then we have Molly Wallace. And that is all of our top All-Stars. We really appreciate you once again. And we want to recognize all of our students tonight. I am going to turn it over to Ms. McDonald, who will lead us out today.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for taking time to be with us this evening. It's tough after work and after school to make time for anything. And I certainly appreciate you making time for us. It is a wonderful thing to see you guys celebrating each other. And students, you made me proud. Your crew spirit really shines when you are cheering on for your crewmates, your friends from other classes, and hopefully people that you'll get to be in class with next year. So thank you for that. And to look out and see families sitting together and siblings celebrating siblings, it's just a beautiful way to roll into the rest of the evening. So thank you for that and taking time to celebrate. Specials teachers, I love the way you can tell specific stories and give specific examples about how these students have enriched your program in the classroom in our overall school. So thank you for giving us those stories to add to our why we show up every day. Teachers, thank you for being with us. I do have a few announcements, and I think Ms. Sparling wanted to add something as well. But while I have you, I want to make sure that you know when our middle school, our 6th grade orientation night is. So Ms. Bemis or Ms. Arnold, you probably have that date in the top of your head better than I do. If you'll talk about that for me.
Yeah. Famous, did you want to talk?
You want to play rock, paper, scissors for it? So it will be Friday at 6 p.m. Via Zoom, and Mr. Brown has already been working on a presentation because he is always very excited to accept new students up on the 3rd floor. So Friday at 6 p.m. Is when you'll hear thank you, Ms. Merkel. And then we'll have Ms. Merkel send out the Zoom link via Remind and via Dojo, just to make sure that everybody gets it.
Thank you. One thing, specials really shift in middle school where the frequency increases. And so that's where students really can begin to specialize in band, chorus, or art, because they'll go to the class more often. Or our elementary model, we work on making sure we expose them to all the different electives. And in middle school, they're going to start to specialize a little bit. So you have that to look forward to. And you get to go to 2 specials a day in 6th grade. So they'll tell you more about that at our orientation. And the specials teachers will be recruiting for their program. So be ready to hear a lot about band and chorus. We're going to have drama full-time next year. So be ready to hear a little bit more about all the classes that make school an amazing place to be. I know Miss Sparling, you had messaged me and said you wanted to share something. So please take the floor.
Okay, just real quick, guys. I know we've celebrated our 5th grade students tonight. I want to take just a minute and celebrate our 5th grade specials teachers. They stepped into a role this year that they have never had to step into before. They did it without grumbling, without complaining. They embraced it. They supported us as teachers. They were messaging us, texting us, hey, this kid didn't do anything. What should this kid be doing? They were learning to do math that they haven't done since high school so that they could help your kids. So thank you, thank you. You have no idea how much that support meant to us as teachers. We love you. We thank you.
Thank you, Miss Sparling. I see lots of spirit coming out with that, and even some giggles when you talked about learning high school math and doing it again. So thank you for recognizing that. It's definitely been a challenging year for all of us, and what a great way to end it. So what I want to do is make sure we really end it in the way that, you know, we all miss, which is hearing all of you celebrate each other. You did a great job with your nonverbal communication, but we need to go out hearing your voices of our 5th grade students. So if you'll unmute yourselves and give everyone a nice deep cheer, nice exhale. You guys deserve to feel wonderful about yourself. And I hope you go into the evening with a big smile on your face, and we will see you tomorrow morning. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
See you soon. Congratulations, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye, 5th grade.
Bye.